1. Why thinking in English matters. Thinking in English is one of the most powerful habits you can build if you want to speak fluently. Many English learners struggle to speak naturally not because they lack vocabulary, but because they are always translating from their native language to English before speaking. This extra mental step causes delays, confusion, and often leads to grammar or word choice mistakes. Let's say your first language is Vietnamese. When you want to say something, your brain first forms the sentence in Vietnamese. Then you think, how do I say that in English? Finally, you say, I'm hungry. That's a slow, two-step process. And in real conversations, it's not fast enough. By contrast, native speakers of English think directly in English. They don't translate, they just express. If you want to speak naturally, your goal should be to think directly in English without relying on your native language as a bridge. Here's why it matters. You respond faster in conversations. You make fewer grammar mistakes. You sound more natural and confident. You understand native speakers better. You start to live in the English mindset. Thinking in English is not a special talent. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can train it daily. The good news is, it's easier than most people think, and will walk you through the process step by step. 2. Understand the stages of thinking in English. Thinking in English doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process with clear stages. When you understand these stages, you can track your progress and focus on improving each step. Let's explore the 3 main stages. Stage 1. Word-level thinking. At the beginning, you will start to replace the names of objects and things around you with their English names. This stage helps you build a mental dictionary in English. It's simple but powerful. You start to see the world through English vocabulary. How to practice. Label objects in your house with sticky notes in English. As you walk or work, try naming everything you see or use. Use flashcards or apps like Quizlet to test yourself quickly. It's okay if you don't know all the words. The goal is to build familiarity and train your brain to associate English words with real objects or actions, not with translations. Stage 2. Phrase-level thinking. Now you're ready to go beyond just individual words. Start thinking in short English phrases for things you're doing or feeling. Examples. I'm hungry. Let's go outside. I need to charge my phone. It's too hot today. In this stage, you stop naming things and start expressing actions and thoughts. This brings you closer to real conversation. How to practice. Describe your actions as you do them. For example, I'm brushing my teeth. Now I'm getting dressed. Think about your feelings and say them out loud. I'm tired. I feel nervous. I'm excited. When you're alone, narrate your day in simple English. It might feel strange at first, but with repetition, your brain will become more comfortable forming English thoughts on its own. Stage 3. Sentence and situation thinking. This is the advanced level, where you can think in complete English sentences without hesitation. You can have silent conversations in your head, imagine dialogues, and even plan what to say, all in English. At this stage, you think about the past, present, or future using English grammar. Talk to yourself in full sentences. Plan emails, social media posts, or conversations mentally in English. Dream or reflect in English. How to practice. When you're walking, imagine you're explaining something in English to a friend. Create short stories in your head using new vocabulary. Practice self-talk in different tenses. For example, yesterday I went to the market. I bought some fruit. It was cheap. Thinking in full sentences takes effort. But this is where fluency is born. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just keep practicing. 3. Start with the language you already know. Many learners underestimate how much English they already know. You don't need to start from zero. Begin by thinking with the words, phrases, and structures that are already familiar to you. Let's say you already know these simple phrases. I wake up at 7. I like coffee. These are basic sentences, but they can form the foundation for your internal English voice. Use them to describe your daily routine, thoughts, and activities. Repetition is key. The more often you use them, the more naturally they will come. How to apply. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, try to describe what you're doing in English. I'm getting up. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. Think about your plans in English. Today I will go shopping. I need to clean the kitchen. At night, reflect in English. Today was a good day. I worked hard. I watched a movie. This kind of self-talk builds fluency without stress. Don't worry if your sentences are simple. They're helping you build the habit of thinking in English first. 4. Use visual thinking instead of translation. When you learn a new word, try to connect it with a picture or experience, not a translation in your native language. Let's take the word apple. Instead of thinking, apple equals kwartau, you should think, apple equals the red fruit I eat at breakfast. The same goes for actions and feelings. For example, happy gives remember a time when you felt joy. Run gives picture yourself jogging in the park. Articles from easy English news sites like News in Levels. Graded readers. Reading tips. Read out loud to improve pronunciation and rhythm. How to apply. Use images and real-life context when learning vocabulary. Apps like Duolingo or Anki support image-based flashcards. Watch videos with subtitles and visual scenes to associate language with actions, emotions, or objects. Play word games using only pictures and English words. This trains your brain to skip the translation step. You go from experience gives English instead of native language gives English. 5. Talk to yourself every day. Self-talk is one of the most effective and free ways to practice thinking in English. You don't need a partner or a teacher. You just need your own mind and voice. Why self-talk works? You can practice anytime, anywhere. There's no pressure or fear of making mistakes. You control the speed and topic. How to apply. Narrate your day. I'm cooking lunch. I need to cut the tomatoes. Where is the salt? Ask yourself questions. What should I wear today? What do I want to eat? React to your surroundings in English. It's raining again. I forgot my umbrella. Over time, self-talk helps you become more comfortable forming full English sentences. It also gives you a natural way to review vocabulary and grammar in context, all while training your brain to think in English. 6. Use English in low-stress daily tasks. Many learners think they need a classroom or formal setting to practice English. But in reality, your daily routines are perfect opportunities. Start with simple, low-pressure moments when you're alone, walking, cooking, cleaning, or riding a bus. These are quiet times when you can talk or think to yourself in English with no fear of judgment. How to apply. When cooking, say the steps in English. First, I wash the rice. Now I boil the water. On a walk. Describe what you see. There's a dog. The trees are green. It's windy today. Doing chores. Talk it out. I'm cleaning the kitchen. I need to wash the dishes. The key is consistency. Make English a natural part of your thinking process in daily life. These small moments add up and help you stay immersed in the language without extra time or effort. 7. Think in English when you make decisions. One powerful method to shift your thinking is to make small decisions in English. These can be everyday choices like, what should I eat? Should I call my friend? Do I want tea or coffee? Instead of asking yourself these questions in your native language, switch them to English. How to apply. Pause before making a choice and form your reasoning in English. I'll eat rice today because it's easy to cook. I won't go outside because it's raining. Practice short inner debates in English. Should I study now or later? If I wait, I might be too tired. This helps your brain get used to functional English, the kind of language you'll use in everyday conversations. 8. Practice thinking in English through journaling. Keeping a daily journal in English trains your mind to process events, emotions, and reflections using the language. This deepens your ability to think clearly in English and form complex thoughts. How to apply. Every night, write a short paragraph about your day. Today I went to work. I was busy, but I enjoyed lunch with my friend. I feel tired but satisfied. Use prompts like, what did I learn today? What made me happy today? What will I do tomorrow? Even 5 minutes a day of journaling will help your brain build strong connections between your thoughts and the English language. 9. Use media the right way, not just for entertainment. Watching movies or listening to English podcasts is helpful, but only if you use them actively. Don't just listen for fun. Listen with a purpose. How to apply. Choose short clips 1 to 2 minutes and pause after every sentence. Repeat it out loud and imagine how you would say something similar in your own life. Listen to an episode of a podcast and summarize what you heard in English. While watching, ask yourself, what did she say? Would I say the same thing in this situation? Can I copy her tone or pronunciation? This makes your brain engage with the language, not just consume it passively. The more you think like a speaker, not just a learner, the more naturally English thoughts will come. 10. Be patient. Thinking in English takes time. Finally, remember that thinking in English is not a race. It's a mental shift that happens gradually. Some days will be easier than others. You might find yourself slipping back into your native language, and that's okay. What to keep in mind? Consistency beats speed. A little English every day is more powerful than long study sessions once a week. Celebrate progress, not perfection. If you start to think of 1 or 2 phrases in English, that's success. Stay relaxed. Pressure and stress block fluency. Make the journey fun and natural. Over time, your mind will begin to default to English in more situations. You'll no longer search for English words. They'll come automatically. And that's when you'll truly begin to speak with confidence, fluency, and clarity.